No athlete is born an Ironman. Competitors earn that title on a grueling 140.6-mile journey. A journey Scott Smiley can't make alone. But after a decade of preparation, he's as equipped as anyone for this moment. In 2004, newlywed Army Lieutenant Scott Smiley deployed to Mosul, Iraq with a vision of a better world.
Most of all, it was how can we help them?
You know, I looked into his blue eyes and he got on a bus and was gone.
I felt at home because I knew that this is where I was supposed to be, this is where I was supposed to be serving my country, and this is what it meant to give our families the freedoms that they have.
But this journey soon cost him more than he was willing to lose.
So April 6th of 2005, I was given a mission to go find a suicide car bomb in the city.
The image of the driver he spotted that afternoon is still burned in his brain.
I just knew something was wrong. So I cordoned him off. He looked over his left shoulder, raised his hands off the steering wheel, and then let his foot off the brake. And that's when I raised my M4, my rifle, up to my shoulder, and I fired 2 rounds in front of his vehicle, and then boom. He had disintegrated his vehicle and himself, sending shrapnel into my eyes and blinded me for the rest of my life.
Nearly 2 weeks after the explosion, Smiley awoke from a coma, a bitter man.
Feeling that I was, going to be a hero for my family, hero for America, and now I'm just a broken, half paralyzed, blind soldier. And I think that fear just really overwhelmed me and just took charge. I was mean to my wife, I was mean to my family members.
Darkness consumed him, but family and faith brought him back.
The realization that I had was that I am blind, this is your life, and you have to be fine with it.
Smiley and his wife Tiffany spent months rebuilding the soldier's strength and conviction.
And most of all, just spiritually regathered myself.
And their hard work paid off. Soon his strength returned, and in 2006, he re-enlisted and became the first blind soldier ever in the U.S. Army.
It's just been an honor to continue to serve.
And a year later, this loving couple brought their first son into the world. Now, they have 3.
They're go, 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 go.
Let's do super kicks outside with balls, not inside. Thank you for listening, Graham.
Scotty wonders where they get their energy and their drive from, and I'm like, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In the 10 years since fate took his sight,
Let me know when I get to 10.
life has given back more than Smiley could have ever asked for.
8, 9, 10.
Ding! In the end, it's just fun. Can't wait for them to continue to grow, to begin to do adventures with me.
Yeah.
But for now, the retired major still handles the adventures. He spent the past decade climbing mountains, surfing, skydiving, and more.
I've been able to do a lot of things in life in which I didn't think that I could because of my blindness. But what I came to the conclusion is yes, I still can do them. It's just I may have to do them a little differently.
Let's go. But none of those accomplishments quite compare to his next challenge. Smiley has trained for nearly a year, more than 300 hours in the pool and on the road. And this Sunday, he'll put his conviction to the test as he competes in his first Ironman.
I just got to be mentally strong.
And he'll have some help.
It's been a lot of fun so far.
On race day, he'll be tethered to his brother-in-law, Andy, who conquered the event 3 years ago.
I need someone to tell me where to go.
I don't think I'm helping Scotty as much as, he's helping me.
To be guided and tethered it just gives me a freedom that, many that have sight don't feel that they have. Just it gives me an independence.
No doubt the day will be long.
Our patience might be tested at points along the way.
But the road to this moment was longer.
He came face to face with complete evil. So every time I see him accomplish something, it gives me goosebumps because I'm like, no, good one.
So for me, it's not about eyesight. We can do things in which we never thought we could, and I think that's what will continue to drive me on to finish the race.
And he won't need sight when he gets there.
That moment will make everything worthwhile.
He'll still hear the 6 sweet words that remind him why he's here.
I mean, I'm gonna start crying now just thinking about it.
Scott Smiley,
It'll be a moment of rejoicing.
you are an Ironman. The road is long. To prepare for 140 miles of pure punishment.
It just takes dedication and time.
Aaron Porter is almost ready for another Ironman,
And I'm thinking, man, okay, I'm looking forward to this being over with.
but the fatigue doesn't faze him because he's on a mission.
And that's what I think about.
He doesn't do this because he loves it. He does it
Okay, my turn.
because he loves her.
Okay, your turn.
5 years ago, Aaron and Angie Porter gave birth to their 3rd child, Josie, a happy baby girl. 3 weeks later, their family changed forever.
I got a phone call from the nurse practitioner. He told me that she had CF.
Cystic fibrosis, a terminal lung disease with an uncertain outcome.
That shock in my body, I can't ever forget that.
I thought my child was gonna die.
The worst feeling a mother could ever have.
Sorry.
Then you brush it.
5 years later, Josie shows no symptoms, but her life is hardly typical.
Sit up there. Get in your chair.
She relies on daily medications,
She takes over 20 pills a day.
They help us grow
Why do you want to get big?
because I want to go to school
Yeah.
to be a big girl.
Yep.
Chin up.
then there's the workout regimen she does twice daily.
She calls it her shaky. It's actually her percussion vest.
The vest loosens the mucus in Josie's lungs, which could cause an infection and take 10 years off her life overnight, or worse.
And that is our #1 focus. Keep her healthy, plain and simple.
Once the mucus is free, her family helps her cough it out.
When I see her doing her treatments every day, it just reminds me, I have a kid who could, you know, I have a kid that I might outlive. I pray every day that that won't happen. I want her to outlive me so bad.
If her treatments work, Josie has a chance to live well into adulthood, but her life will be a constant battle as her lungs deteriorate. Yet this little girl is so full of life.
No. Okay. She is a trooper. She's done so much for my family, it's unreal.
So this loving father decided to do something for her.
People who have healthy lungs don't take those for granted.
His own test of strength and resolve. He decided to become an Ironman for Josie.
You really do have to push your body to the limit. You have to use all your lungs. And that does make me feel like I'm fighting alongside of Josie.
Last year, he conquered the race with his daughter waiting at the finish line.
It's all worth it at this point in time.
But his drive hasn't ended because her fight pushes forward.
If I didn't have a reason to do these races, I would have quit triathlon that day. It's an Ironman. It's an endurance event to keep my little girl healthy all the time. And it will be all her life.
Josie's strength may not last, but until it's lost, she'll keep moving. This year, she's training for her second 1-mile kids Ironman.
We're so blessed she's got the strength right now to be active.
A hopeful sight in a fight for survival.
I never, ever thought I could do this. I have absolute faith that anything's possible with Josie, too.
Even if her finish line lies hidden so far away.
She's a better Ironman than I am. She needs to be.
All Ironman racers are fierce competitors.
It is the toughest one-day sport on earth. It's a lifestyle. It's a commitment that is bigger than you could ever imagine.
Headed into his 6th Ironman, Ivan Tucker is no stranger to this lifestyle.
From the time I wake up, even to the time I go to bed, everything surrounds this race.
And this year's race is especially important to Ivan.
I've never tried harder for anything in my life.
This is a race Ivan thought he'd never be able to complete. 5 years ago, Ivan was diagnosed with scleroderma, a rare autoimmune disease.
And at that point, they told me that I had 5 years to live, and I had to live with that for about 6 months. And that was the hardest 6 months that I think I've ever gone through in my life.
Once the picture of fitness, his body began breaking down.
I gained 20 pounds in 2 weeks. My hands were locked down so tight that I couldn't hold onto a pencil.
But Ivan quickly learned the more he moved, the better he felt.
And boy, I fought. I did. I took it to a whole new level. Every day I got up and I put my shoes on and I ran or I biked.
When his condition started to unexpectedly improve, his doctors changed his diagnosis.
Eosinophilic fasciitis is very, very rare.
Ivan can live with this autoimmune disease. And now, he can't stop moving.
Sunday, I have a 100-mile bike ride, and right after that, I go to work. I am the safety lieutenant here at Station 46, 18 and 19 and 20. Monday morning, I teach senior aerobics classes. Let's get those heart rates up. I teach a spin class Tuesday morning. Crank the gear up, and we're up. Then I teach a spin class Wednesday night. Woo! Here we go. Thursday, I teach another spin class. 6 big attacks. Saturday, I teach a spin class at Spokane Fitness Center. And kick, and kick, and kick. I teach senior aerobics classes. Left, left, left.
Ivan only stops moving.
It burns. It feels like fire going in.
For this. Chemo, once a week.
It's a full-on migraine right off the bat. Before she even gets the needle out, like I said, it's a full-on migraine, and nauseous is already starting there. I think as she's starting to push it, I can taste it, and I think once I start swallowing it, that's when it starts affecting my stomach.
Ivan's usually out of commission for close to 12 hours after his treatment.
And until my immune system resets, there's really nothing can be done. I may be able to get off chemo at some point, but I'm probably gonna be off and on chemo for probably the rest of my life.
But even this is not enough to keep Ivan from doing what he loves, pursuing his dreams and being the best, being an Ironman.
I went through a period of time where it was like, why? Why is this happening to me? And I battled with that question for a long time, and now I know why, because I am inspiring people.
And now, tougher than ever, Ivan can see another race just past the Coeur d'Alene finish line.
I want to prove to myself that I can make it to the World Championships and battle a disease at the same time, and maybe give hope to somebody else that is going through something like this.
And like any true Ironman, he's confident that at the end of this grueling race, he'll emerge a champion.
If I have the perfect day, if everything falls into place, I'll make it. I will. It would be a dream come true for me, for sure.